Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakodash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, and that he is referring to the current rulers of the planet right now, who are of the nation of Esau, Edom, or the so-called Caucasian people, such as the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Gettys, DuPonts, Merovingians, you name it, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that mark is of course the mark of the BEAST, or the RFID/NFC, MICROCHIPIMPLANT. And you know by now that we have to speak in code because YouTube is heavily going after our videos, trying to take them down for any little thing. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell or do anything in society without it, get a job, travel abroad, you name it, save he that had the mark or the name of the BEAST or the number of his name. And in this video, I'll be profiling an article just to show that with each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to the rollout and eventual mandatory implementation of the MOB, MICROCHIPIMPLANT. This is an article from humansarefree.com titled Whole Foods to Roll Out MOB, Biometric Palm Scanning Payment Technology across its U.S. stores. The first Amazon Fresh grocery store equipped with Just Walk Out technology has opened, allowing customers to purchase groceries without having to wait in long checkout lines. The catch is that all customers will be surveilled and tracked using an advanced system of cameras and artificial intelligence, and the eventual goal is to also get them MICROCHIPPED'd so they can pay using their wrist rather than having to carry around a CHIP-equipped credit or debit card. According to a company announcement, the Amazon Fresh store incorporates a combination of computer vision, sensor fusion, and deep learning to extract cash from customers without them having to do anything other than just walk out of the store. Anything customers take off the shelf is automatically added to their virtual cart, and anything they put back on the shelf comes out of their virtual cart, the company says. Once a customer walks inside the store, he or she can use the QR code in their Amazon app, use Amazon One to scan their palm, or insert a credit or debit card linked to their Amazon account, the company further revealed, explaining that waving one's hand to pay is already an option. Hey, it's all going to start out with convenience. Look, you don't have to carry around cash or credit cards. We can do it all through the phone. All you need to do is just, with the swipe of your palm, pay for your items, and you're good to go. These elites that are pushing towards this mandatory implementation of the MOB like to do things through gradualism, start off with one thing and gradually move towards their intended goal. And it reminds me of the analogy of the boiling frog. This is the wikipedia.org page article on the boiling frog analogy. The boiling frog is a fable describing a frog being slowly boiled alive. The premise is that if a frog is put suddenly into boiling water, and think about it like this, if these elites just came right out the gate pushing for a mandatory implementation of the MOB, there would be pushback and a lot of people bucking up against it. But if they gradually do it and started off with, say, credit cards and debit cards, then move more towards app-based payment systems, digital currencies, and then eventually the MOB, people would be much more easily susceptible to it. And that's exactly the trajectory we're seeing things going. First, you had debit cards and credit cards to where people didn't have to carry around so much physical currency. And then what do you have now? A lot of payment systems like Apple Pay, Venmo, and Cash App on your phone, to where you don't even need to carry around cash or even credit cards if you don't want to. And then now there are talks of digital currencies getting pushed by the central banks, which a couple of weeks ago, they got their official backing from the BIS, or the Bank of International Settlements, which is just the central bank for central banks. And that end goal is going to be that MOB. The premise is that if a frog is put suddenly into boiling water, it will jump out. But if the frog is put in tepid water, which is then brought to a boil slowly, it will not perceive the danger and will be cooked to death. The story is often used as a metaphor for the inability or unwillingness of people to react or be aware of sinister threats that arise gradually rather than suddenly. And that's exactly what we're reading about with this article on humansarefree.com. After leaving the store, funds are taken from the card or hand and put into Amazon's account, eliminating the need for human checkers. It is a full dystopia manifesting before our very eyes. The NW0 fully getting rolled out. Jeff Bezos sounds like he really wants to be best buds with the anti-Hamashiach. And that so-called Antichrist isn't a singular person. It's a spirit out here. It's a spirit that goes against Yahweh, which is the true name of the power that people ignorantly refer to as a so-called God, and his son, Yahweh Shai, whom people ignorantly refer to as so-called Jesus Christ. And the doctrine, the actual truth of the Bible, which is mainly getting preached through GMS or Great Millstone, or anybody that's going for Esau Edom's system, pushing towards the MOB or the NW0, is a anti-Hamashiach, or a so-called Antichrist. Just a quick little side note. Amazon has been talking about this new system for quite some time now, indicating that Whole Foods market stores, which it now owns, will also be getting it in the coming weeks and months. Amazon wants to make it easy for customers to avoid having to carry around cash or cards and instead be able to pay for food with their bodies. This is exactly what was foretold in the biblical book of Revelation, by the way. Revelation 13, verses 16 to 17, that they may neither buy nor sell, save he that has the mark. And this whole situation, as we'll call it, that's been going on over the past year and a half has really pushed things towards this digital cashless society. The NW0, the Great Reset, as they've renamed it. Because what have we seen during this whole situation? Talks of the situation traveling on physical currency. So there's a need to take more physical currency out of circulation because they don't want people to get sick. Pushing for a social spacing, as we'll call it, contactless buying and selling, and like I said earlier, the central banks pushing for a digital currency. And now, over in France, you've got President Emmanuel Macron pushing for people to get the bite, which deals with the situation, and he's talking about restricting people from going to shopping centers or any other public places if they at least don't have a certificate to show that they've got the bite. And then he even said that we may need to push for mandatory bites on everybody. And that's another gradualism the elites are putting you people through with the bite. It's one step closer to the MOB. They're making it to where you won't be able to buy or sell or go to any public venues or travel abroad or get a job without it. So when they come with the MOB, you people will be used to being deprived of luxuries and benefits in society if you don't go along with the system. So you'll be much more susceptible to getting the MOB, so you can go back to living a so-called normal life in this NW0. Amazon One's customized hardware captures the minute characteristics of your palm, both surface area details like lines and ridges, as well as subcutaneous features such as vein patterns to create your palm signature, the company further says. As far as we can tell, Amazon is leading the charge towards eliminating all cash and ushering in a new digital currency, ultimately that MOB, for the globe that will both fulfill prophecy while plunging the entire world into totalitarian enslavement. So there you have it. With the information we read in this article, it's just one step closer towards eventually mandatorily implementing that MOB to where you won't be able to buy or sell in society or doing anything else like get a job or travel abroad without it. You'll be looked at as a social pariah. And it's going to get so bad out here during that mandatory implementation that people will be faced with being put to death for not going along and taking the MOB. Back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that he, again, being the elite rulers of the planets right now, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gettys, etc., etc., and the image of the beast is the political, financial, and military aspects of this beast system that we're living in. The last leg of the fourth beast in Daniel chapter 2, those iron toes mixed with miry clay, the reincarnated Roman Empire, the NATO-EU alliance that the US is a part of, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, and the MOB is a major aspect of the image of the beast, so those that would not worship or accept the MOB should be killed. Hey, you don't want to get the MOB? That's fine. Just put your head in this guillotine and we'll fix your problem right there. But you sincere Akim should know right now that no matter what comes your way during Jacob's trouble and this mandatory implementation of the MOB, don't take it. If it's your lot to be a martyr and go out for a testimony to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, then so be it. You'll be an automatic elect on the chariot with that new spiritual body waiting with Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven to come and save the rest of the elect. But if you do take that MOB, not only will you not be of that elect number, but you'll be a 2/3 that's going to get burned up by this nuclear fire, which is coming for those that took the MOB. I'm going to close it out in Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 to 10. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, that last leg of the fourth beast in Daniel chapter 2, again, those iron toes mixed with miry clay, the reincarnated Roman Empire, the NATO-EU alliance that the US is a part of, and his image, the financial, military, and political aspects of that beast system, and receive his mark, the MOB, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Not only those nuclear missiles that are going to get shot to the ends of the earth, but as well as that concentrated heat, or so-called laser beams that are going to be getting fired from the chariots of the Most High, which people ignorantly refer to as so-called UFOs. And what have we seen over these past couple of years? Such an uptick in chariot sightings all across the planet that these heathen governments have had to come out and admit to their existence. We're very close to these times, Akim, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. So that's it with this video. And with this video, I hope you sincere Akim are edified. Just keep strong and keep pushing this word. We're almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.